Welcome to the September energy forecast. And stick around because I'm going to give you, similar to our energy forecast last month, I'm going to provide you with some really helpful reflection questions to be thinking about this month to help guide you this month with the specific themes that the records provide us with for the September energy. And so stick around to the end. I'm going to provide you with those reflective questions, and these can really help anchor you in the energy for this month. Because, and I'm sure you've already started to feel it, the energy is really big this month. And the records told me in August that September was going to be a big month. I don't want to say they warned us, but they said prepare because the energy is going to kick up in September, and take the time in August to slow down and feel and allow and shift, because August very much was a month of shifting, actually first understanding and seeing and shifting patterns, continuing to shift out of old ways of being, old ways of feeling, old ways of seeing things, old stories, old thoughts, old beliefs. August was a shifting energy. And September, one of the biggest themes is going to be new, fresh energy, new beginnings. And we're going to really explore that today. So welcome to the September energy forecast. My name is Christina. Thank you for being here. As we move throughout the forecast, I will let you know about the different things that I provide that can help you, that I'm here to help support you with, the different offerings I provide. But just know that even just this video itself is here to help you this month. I do these energy forecasts every month to help support you in the energy that you're feeling, because let's be honest, it can feel intense. And one thing I even noticed yesterday, today, if you've been feeling it being the beginning of September, usually I do these forecasts just before the start of the month. It is now September 3rd, and it's taken me a bit to get to this point because the energy has already felt so big, and all I've been wanting to do is rest. I haven't felt a lot of motivation. I haven't felt a lot of a push to take action, but that can be the case sometimes when we're entering into seasons of big energy. It's preparing us. So welcome. Let's get going. Okay, the first theme is a new chapter, and maybe you've already been feeling this, and there's so many different ways this can show up for you. Again, take what resonates. This might not necessarily be for you, but this is how this new chapter could be showing up. It could look like a new move. So you're preparing or getting ready to live somewhere new, in a house or a location or a space. This could look like a new job, a new career. This could look like a new relationship. This could look like a whole new you that you're bringing into the world. Either way, September holds new chapter energy. And the most important thing that you can be doing to usher in this new energy is to be creating space. Because what happens when we create space is things that are blocking us from being able to see other pieces in the field, they dissolve, right? When we create space, we actually open ourselves up more to potentials. We open ourselves up more to what we might not be able to see when we're more closed off. When you create space, you open to new potentials, you open to new ideas, you open to new opportunities that you might not always be aware of or be able to connect with when you're like this and like the tunnel vision is on, or you're really dysregulated or in your mind a lot. So when you create space, and it's important to create space this month, it opens you to new potentials, and these new potentials are going to be part of this new chapter for you. Okay, this is a really, really fun one, and it's in regards to this new chapter, the theme of outside of the box. So what do they mean by this? This month, you are going to be invited, maybe even nudged a little bit, pushed a little bit to think, act, show up, embody what is outside of the box of what you typically would. Again, there's so many ways this could show up, but at the root of this theme, it's doing it differently than you've ever done it before, thinking in a different way than you've ever thought, showing up in a different way than you've ever shown up. Maybe even when it comes to living somewhere else, it's living in a different place than you ever expected, or living in a different way, or taking a chance on yourself and stepping into a career that you never expected, or even thinking about what that career could be, thinking outside of the box. The invitation here is to get out of your comfort zone, because the more you step outside of what you've always known, of what is familiar, aka safe, the more you're really going to be able to explore and embody your authentic self, which is what your soul came here to do. The more in flow it's going to feel, the more at peace you're going to feel, the more exciting it's going to feel. So notice this month, anytime that you're being invited to step outside of what you've always done, to think outside of how you've always thought, to show up in a different way than you've ever shown up before. This is often going to be a nudge of you're right on track and you're doing it exactly how you need to be doing it, outside of the box. Okay, so when we think about that last theme of outside of the box, this one kind of goes hand in hand with it, which is the theme of using your discernment. It's going to be really important for you to use your discernment. I say this and this, right? Because there is a difference between when we do something from here versus when we do something from here. Okay, when we're stepping outside of the box, your mind is going to get right in there being like, this isn't right. We shouldn't do this. This isn't how we've always done it. Your mind is going to bring up all the fears and all the resistance to help keep you in the place that you've always been, because it's familiar and it's safe. So notice, this is where you want to use discernment within yourself, of when you have an intention behind something, when you want to take action, when you want to do something, where is the intention showing up? Is it coming from the mind? Is your mind telling you to do something for this reason and there's a condition attached to it? Or it's because you've always done it that way, or there's safety there? Or is the intention coming from the heart, where it feels open and expansive and often scary? Right? Using your discernment this month is going to be so important, because when you're able to discern where the intention is coming from, whether it's the heart or the head, you will then naturally continue to open yourself up more to your soul path. It will then take you outside of the box, and it will help you step more into this new chapter from a soul aligned place. So using your discernment, head or heart. This theme is really, really important. And again, it's funny, they're kind of leading into each theme as we go. This next theme is really important, pacing yourself. There's a few different reasons why pacing yourself is important this month. One, when we're dealing with big fire energy that's meant to create change, catalytic energy, we want to make sure we're pacing ourselves so it doesn't become chaotic. So it's tempered in a sense, right? And pacing yourself is really important this month, because you're going to have more opportunities than you typically would. And there's a reason. This is why they said the discernment piece. There's a reason why you're going to receive more opportunities, because you're being given many invitations this month to deepen into your authentic self. How do we do that? We use discernment, and we figure out when we're making decisions, is this coming from the ego or is this coming from the soul? And so pacing yourself, when opportunities are showing up, it's really important for you to create space, go within yourself, and tap into, how does this feel? What's showing up for me? What is the resistance here? Are there fears? Where's the energy showing up in the body? So just creating space to feel into how the opportunity lands in your body, right? So important. Pacing yourself is going to be really important this month as well, because when we are expanding, this is also a nervous system shift. When we are expanding, it's going to throw off our nervous system a little bit, because any type of change or up level, when we're stepping out of the comfort zone, will create some dysregulation in our nervous system, because it's unfamiliar. It's uncertain. We've often never experienced it before. And there will be parts of us that show up that say, this feels scary. So pacing yourself actually allows your nervous system to titrate to that change and that expansion in a safer way. And it prevents your nervous system from then shutting down and collapsing and going into freeze where we don't want to do anything at all. So pace yourself, really, really important. This last theme is really cool, and I didn't even connect it because what came through was air. And I was like, okay, air, that's a little bit general. And then I realized, I'm pretty sure that September, Virgo, air sign, so that makes sense. And then when we're stepping into fall, we feel the air, we feel the shift in the wind. Air is also really important for two reasons this month. One, taking a breath. Okay, so it goes back to that piece of using your discernment, creating space, pacing yourself. So taking a breath, coming up for air. Okay, taking a breath, slowing down, but also breathing air into your visions, breathing air into your desires, breathing air into your creations is equally as important, because they're also showing me this piece of when we're building a fire, sometimes we'll blow into it to help the fire build, right? And because September is such a fire energy and all the things that are showing up, it's also really important for you to be taking part in that fire building in a really beautiful way, in a soul aligned way. And so how do we help the soul fire? How do we help it build? We breathe air into it. We breathe air into our creations. We breathe air into our visions, into our desires, and there's some action around that. And making sure that when you're taking action, you're being discerning. So it all connects, right? It all connects, all of these different themes. If you think about this new chapter that's starting for you, if you think about the discernment that you need to be practicing as you're stepping into this new chapter, think about creating space, pacing yourself as you're taking action, as you're making decisions, as you're feeling into different pieces. The air that you need to be taking a breath to slow down, but also breathing air into the fire to help things grow, to help visions come to life in your life. It's all connected. It's all connected. So beautiful. And so I thought it would be nice because the channeled guidance moved rather quickly there. It was all flowing really well. So I'm going to pull a few cards just to go along with our energy forecast here. And then I'm going to provide you, after I pull the cards, some questions that you can be sitting with this month to help anchor you into these themes, to help you find more grounding, more support, greater expansion in a safe way as you're stepping into this new chapter for yourself. And I will say too, before I pull these cards, if you're looking for more support, this can be really beautiful work that we do in my one-to-one soul coaching containers. These are really special. This is a really special offering that I have because it very much came from my own journey of feeling really stuck and a lack of support and not really knowing what I was doing on my journey. And I then went into coaching many, many years ago because I knew what it felt like to be on the journey and not have that support and not know what was really going on, not really understand the awakening journey. And that's some of the pieces that we really explore in my soul coaching, is helping you feel grounded and rooted so you can continue to expand and find greater trust and ease and flow on your path as you're stepping through your awakening. So if this is support that you need, my one-to-one soul coaching containers are for you. And also my readings. I offer readings in the Akashic Records, soul readings in the Akashic Records, as well as intuitive guidance sessions with Spirit. You can find all of this through the link in my bio. Okay. Ooh, one fellow. I'm going to pull a couple more. Okay, one more. It felt like there was one more card that wanted to come through there. Oh, yes, that makes sense. Okay. The first card that came through was the Unfinished Symphony. It's really important to understand, though, it came through reversed. And so I always think about the shadow that shows up with this. Remember how I said that August was a month of changing patterns. It was a month of being able to see things clearer, of building awareness, of being able to see the changes that we wanted to make. So what you will find is this month, you might feel some of those old patterns creeping up. And this is where it's going to be important to use your discernment. I'm going to go into this card next. But old patterns that are showing up this month, unfinished symphony. It's like the song is not done yet. And so if it is showing up, what do you need to be getting clear on? Asking yourself, what do I need to see clearer? If this is showing up, what do I need to see deeper in order for me to continue to shift out of this? What do I need to be doing differently, right? If that goes back to stepping outside of the box, is what do I need to be doing differently? Because we break our patterns, we shift our cycles through doing often the opposite that we typically would have done in the past. That is how we break the pattern. And so what needs to be done differently for the symphony to come to completion? Not for you, again, is using your discernment this month in knowing what is coming from the mind or what is coming from the heart. Remember how I said there's going to be a lot of opportunities that are coming through. And so it's really about getting clear on not every opportunity is going to be for you, not for you. And so being able to use your discernment is in what is showing up and how does it feel for you? When you feel into that opportunity, does it feel exciting, open, expansive, and scary? Because often what is for us will feel scary because it has us stepping outside of the comfort zone. Or does it feel safe, a little comforting? Maybe like the yes is showing up in your mind. It's like a conditioned decision. And so it's important for you, again, to be practicing your discernment because not everything is going to be for you this month. Treasure Island, this one's very simple and to the point. The treasure is found within you. Whatever it is that you're looking for out there, it's really important to be coming back to here to know that that treasure, it's not an external hunt. And whatever that thing is that you desire for yourself, if it does feel like it's on an external level, you need to get to the root to figure out what the feeling is of that piece, because that is an internal experience your soul is wanting you to create within yourself. The treasure is found within. And so looking at these pieces that you desire for yourself, maybe it is a new relationship, maybe it is living somewhere new, maybe it's a new career, the new chapter that you're stepping into. It doesn't mean that we can't desire these pieces, but always remembering the deeper truth that beneath that desire, at the root, it is an internal experience that you are wanting to feel within yourself. And so your actions need to align with your energy. Whatever it is that you want to create outside of you, can you start to create that within yourself first? And it's the feeling, not necessarily the external piece that your soul is going for. I want to provide you with some reflective questions just to be thinking about this month to help anchor you into the themes. For the first theme, around the new chapter that you are stepping into, here is the first reflective question that you can be thinking about. What is the vision I desire for myself in this new chapter, and how do I want this to feel? The second theme, for thinking, acting, being, embodying outside of the box, what am I being invited to do differently? And how can I take action in an opposite way than I've ever done so in the past? So it's about that opposite action that's going to create a shift. The third theme around discernment. Is this intention showing up in my mind or my heart? The fourth theme, pacing yourself. How can I create more space today? And remember, we're creating this space in order to help you tap into new potentials that you wouldn't necessarily be able to receive or connect with doing, and being busy and up here. The last theme around air. Am I needing to take a breather, or am I needing to breathe more air into my vision, desire, or creation? Okay, I hope that you enjoyed that. Lots of different themes, the channeled card pull, reflective questions. This is going to be a busy, exciting, beautiful month. Do not let the energy take you down. Ground, root, take space. And if you need more support, I am always here. Have a great month.